Imagine driving through one of the most remote deserts on Earth. There is almost nothing around you. No cities, no forests, just endless sand. And then, suddenly, you see a massive hole in the ground, filled with hundreds of flames. It's not a volcano, it's not a burning building. It's a giant crater of natural gas that has been burning for decades. Locals call it the door to hell. But how did this fire begin? And why hasn't it gone out? The door to hell is the nickname for the Darvaza Gas Crater, located in Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert. The crater is roughly 69 meters wide and around 30 meters deep. During the day, it looks like an enormous scar in the desert. But at night, the entire crater comes alive. Dozens, perhaps hundreds of flames illuminate the darkness, and beneath those flames is the real reason this place exists: natural gas. The region sits above a huge geological basin containing oil and natural gas, and methane from deep underground has been escaping through the ground for decades. This is where the story gets mysterious. The most widely repeated story says that Soviet-era engineers were drilling for natural gas when the ground beneath their equipment collapsed. The collapse created a massive crater and released gas into the atmosphere. The engineers reportedly decided to ignite the gas, expecting the fuel to burn away quickly. But there was one problem. They apparently underestimated how much gas was beneath the ground, and instead of going out, the flames kept burning for decades. But here's something important. The exact timeline isn't completely certain. The commonly told version places the accident and ignition in 1971, but local geologists have given different accounts, including a possible collapse in the 1960s and ignition years later. There are no complete historical records that settle the story once and for all. So even the origin of the door to hell remains partly a mystery. So here's the obvious question. Why doesn't someone simply put the fire out? Because this isn't a campfire. The flames are being supplied by gas escaping from underground. As long as methane reaches the surface and oxygen is available, the fire can continue. And simply extinguishing the flames wouldn't necessarily solve the problem. The gas could still escape into the atmosphere. In fact, completely stopping the crater would require finding and sealing the underground source of the gas itself. And that's far more complicated than simply pouring water over the flames. In 2013, explorer George Karunis became the first person known to descend into the crater. He wore specialized protective equipment and spent only a limited amount of time inside. At the bottom, he collected soil samples. But he wasn't just looking for rocks. He was looking for something much more interesting: life. Scientists wanted to know whether microorganisms could survive in such an extreme environment. And surprisingly, samples collected from the bottom contained bacteria adapted to the hot, methane-rich conditions. That discovery made the door to hell more than just a spectacular tourist attraction. It became a natural laboratory for studying life in extreme environments. And this is where the story becomes even more fascinating. If microscopic life can survive in an environment this hostile, what does that tell us about life beyond Earth? Scientists studying extreme environments on our planet often look for clues about where life might survive elsewhere. Places with extreme heat, chemical-rich environments, or little sunlight can help researchers understand the limits of life. The door to hell doesn't prove that extraterrestrial life exists, but it shows us something important. Life can be far more adaptable than we once imagined. For decades, this giant crater has continued glowing in the middle of the Karakum Desert. It began as a human accident, or at least that's the most widely accepted explanation. But today, it's become one of the strangest places on Earth. A hole in the desert, fed by gas from deep underground, burning beneath the stars. And perhaps the strangest part isn't that the door to hell is still burning, it's that we still don't know exactly when the fire began. This is Beyond Borders Docs, and if you want to discover more places on Earth that look completely impossible, there's another one waiting beyond the next border.